What's good, everybody? It's your boy Wes back at you with another video. I know it's a pretty late night, but for my boxing fans who was watching the top rank card on Thursday night tonight, we just had a decent little co-main, at least on paper. Emmanuel Navarrete in the co-main event going against Robert Conceicao in what was a banger of a fight that ended up being a majority draw at 130 for the WBO belt. Emmanuel Navarrete ends up retaining his belt due to the draw. And like I said, it was a banger. It was a real good fight. Very exciting. I was pretty much engaged all the way through. Same can't be said for the main event. We just saw Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos go all 12 rounds for the newly crowned WBC championship at the lightweight division, 135 pounds. Shakur Stevenson comes away with the victory in a pretty lackluster fight. You could hear it, in the crowd. The fans were booing. Shakur Stevenson, he got on the mic afterward and pretty much agreed, it wasn't his best performance. Says he wouldn't feel good. He wouldn't really go into detail. Speculation that his left hand was hurting. But, my assessment of the main event was pretty much that, both dudes. Well, first, let me tell you what I thought going into the fight. Going into the fight, I pretty much thought it would go the first 5 to 6 rounds would be real competitive. I thought, they'd figure each other out for the first 2 or 3. And then I actually thought it would get a little bit action packed going into rounds 4, 5, and 6. And then I thought Shakur would start, taking and getting off on Edwin De Los Santos. That proved to not be the case at all. Pretty much what I thought was going to happen between rounds 1 through 3 happened throughout pretty much the entire fight. I mean, Edwin De Los Santos, he couldn't hit Shakur Stevenson at all. Shakur Stevenson's probably got the best defense in all of boxing. I mean, that's just a hard dude to hit. But at the same time, Edwin De Los Santos clearly respected Shakur's power because he didn't try to, really get in and take a lot of risk. He wasn't really good at cutting the ring off at all. And, he kind of just let Shakur kind of just circle him, run around the ring all day, and didn't really go after it like he wanted to win a title like I thought he would have. On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson, I felt like as soon as he felt Edwin De Los Santos' power, similar to his fight with Nakatili at 130, he kind of just went into autopilot mode and just was content on, making a miss, landing a pop shot here and there, and just cruising to a unanimous decision. I mean, was the fight impressive? No, not at all. But if Shakur Stevenson was really feeling bad, and that's a bad performance for Shakur going around 12 rounds unscathed, not getting touched, then I mean, if that's your low, then his ceiling can only be amazing, which we know Shakur is still one of the top 3 boxers in the lightweight, up to, I'd say, even up to about 140-pound division. But if I'm being honest, after seeing that, I feel like we might get a call out on Shakur from Tank. And I may go into that a little bit deeper later, but something tells me that Tank might call Shakur out after this fight. Not immediately, not soon, but I feel like the next time they ask Tank who he wants next, something tells me that he's going to mention Shakur because this is just judging off his last fight. Shakur could very well have not been feeling well and they could put on a way better performance. But if Shakur were to fight Tank in that matter, and I think Shakur knows this himself because when he was asked after the fight who he wants next, he said, I need to assess myself. I need to look at things I'm doing and I need to get better and get back. So, yeah, I think Tank ends up catching him late and knocking him out. Only based off that last performance, though. But, if I'm top rank and I'm trying to retain Shakur and I'm trying to keep him, a good bounce back fight, I think it is the Emmanuel Navarrete fight. I think Shakur smokes Emmanuel Navarrete. I think Navarrete's style is right up Shakur's alley. He's quick and athletic like De Los Santos, but he doesn't have nearly as good as defense. Another thing, De Los Santos had good defense in his own right this fight, hence why Shakur wasn't really able to get off on him and kind of just had to cruise to a boring unanimous decision. Excuse me. But yeah, Emmanuel Navarrete, not the same whatsoever. His defense is actually quite terrible. If you look at his fight tonight, action-packed, Robert Conceicao, even though after getting dropped and knocked down twice and pretty much dazed majority of the fight, he was able to pretty much land at will on Emmanuel Navarrete. And I don't see Navarrete being able to really hit Shakur Stevenson the way he hit Conceicao. And if he's that wide open, I see Shakur Stevenson lighting him up. So if I'm top rank, I'm making that fight next to get Shakur Stevenson back, in the limelight, back looking good, back in highlight mode. And then, we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the performance. What do you think should be next for both fighters, Emmanuel Navarrete and Shakur Stevenson? And just what you thought of the night overall. And if you like the video, of course, subscribe so you can keep getting more combat sports news, whether it's boxing, whether it's UFC, and we cover WWE here as well. And yeah, have a good night, y'all. Peace.